Hello, my fellow weirdos. Yes, I have been a bit quiet on the, in general, political front, and there's a good reason for that. Um, I'm thinking of it. Other than that, I had to pull back. I was keeping informed, but not repeating stuff because I was doing it on my political page on Facebook, but because that's the only social media that has like groups and pages and stuff. Um, I was I was self-setting on low. I was kind of like resetting or suspending, just whatever it was. I was shutting down, self-shutting down for a little bit because, um, yeah, what the fuck. So I do suspect, as a preface, that this will be done in sections, and there will be probably tears, and there will be a frustration, and oop, enter stage right. Um, there probably will be a bit of ranting, and ooh, a lot of anger. Yeah, and probably quite a bit of mocking and trolling them because I've already said the truth over and over. But I think a lot of you are getting where I'm coming from kind of today. It's a Thursday and it's been raining. This is like what, the fifth day? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Rained, rained, rained. Beautiful on Mother's Day. Couldn't uh, plant yet because it's been raining. And the only nice day was Mother's Day, which I'm grateful for. But I was out spending it with my sister and her family. So, yeah. So I'm frustrated I haven't been able to get planting done. It was supposed to be raining today, so I didn't plan on doing it. It hasn't drizzled yet, and it's like almost 11, I think. But anyway, the goofy ass people, the hypocritical little, from Ice Barbie to VP Eyeliner to Musk, who now has gotten more of his South African conner white. Oh my God, I'm not dominant anymore, so I'm oppressed now. Fuckheads from Africa, um, from South Africa, here now, and they've already started anti-Semitic comment tweets. Yeah, and I thought Trump made some sort of little decree about anti-Semitic people, people that make anti-Semitic comments, are going to be like deported. So like they just got here, so you paid for them. And by the way, are you paying for their housing? Because you want to take mine away. You want to take my housing voucher away because I don't even get $1,000 from Social Security, and you want to take that away. How much are you giving them a month? How long? Huh? They all look like they're able to work, and I noticed you have at least a dozen kids in there. From what think I saw. Yeah. So you just brought a bunch of anti-Semitic motherfuckers in here, so you can propagate your Aryan nation. I said it. I said what I fucking said. And I warned you before you started this. 'Cause I ain't pulling fucking punches. I ain't holding my motherfucking tongue. He brings in, supports and pays that for a fucking year they're gonna sit on their asses, and you're taking my health care away from me at 62? That I pay taxes and for my working life as long as I was able to work? You got it? From the time I was 14? Yeah. And you're giving it to those little motherfucking assholes? I thought you made some sort of little decree that said anti-Semitic comments are going to be harshly deported. So, send them back. Yeah. Or the mom has an 18 and a 20-year-old son and a young son, and she brought them to the deportation, to the immigration center like they're supposed to for their regular, check-in and stuff like that. And she walked out without her son. They just absconded with her sons. Brought back a wallet and a debit card, one of their debit cards and the other one's wallet, and never got to say goodbye to her kids. They're just starting their adult life, and the little one. And you bring these white Afrikaners who have their ancestors had so much dominant fucking privilege over black people. There are only like 7% white people there, and they had 70% of the politics and seats and the government jobs and the good shit. 7% of the population had 70% of owned businesses, of anything, owned property, anything. And they were only like 7.8 or 9 or something percent of the population. I'm sorry, that's not generations of a persecution, you privileged little bitch. Bastards. Because see, when you've had privilege, and then other people get the same privilege that you've had above everybody else all this time, all of a sudden you're screaming oppression. I'm oppressed. I'm not getting what yeah, you're getting everything you always got. You're just upset that people that are a different religion or a different color than you are now getting the same privilege. That's what they didn't fucking like. Oh, I'm being oppressed. No, you're being forced to share equality. Yeah, and it didn't take one bit from your ass. If you legitimately had that, then you would have legitimately retained what you had. And if you didn't retain it, and that's why you're crying, because it was taken from you, reappropriated, it's probably because your motherfucking ancestors gave you the little spoon in the ass mouth, whatever the fuck I just said. I'm so angry. They gave you that fucking spoon in mouth privilege. And you're upset that you can't keep it up. You know what? Fuck off. Yeah, fuck you. That is not oppression. You stupid, hypocritical little bastards. You racist, bigoted little fucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that offend you? You're in my country now, motherfucker. You're in my fucking country. This is not your country, and I will never welcome white motherfucking racists in my country. So do not expect it from me or a lot of us. And you might think MAGA and Republicans are the majority in this country because you believe the fucking bullshit they like to keep saying, but you will find out that it is not motherfucking true. Most of this country are protesting. Most of us are fucking pushing against this bullshit. So you just happily came into a fucking country that is on other countries' personal liberties concern and human rights lists. Welcome to fucking America! And you only made it dirtier. Yeah. And since blacks took a lot back from what you took from them, you're poorer too. Aww. What a shame. Maybe you shouldn't have spent your childhood in an elitist home and then just gone off and expected to be the same way. You just expected that would never change. And you know what? The black folks here in America, they're not like the black folks that your fucking generations past used to fucking deal with. Okay? A lot of these black people here, a lot of these brown people here, they're not gonna take your fucking lip. They might fucking swell your lip. You want to get sassy-assed with them and racist with them. But most of them are not gonna stand for your apartheid shit. Because first of all, this is their country, not your motherfucking country. You better understand that, Afrikaners. You little white fucking, I'm so oppressed. Bitches. I've seen lots of pictures from real refugees from other countries carrying shit in a bag, if they even have anything. Their children in nice outfits, nice clean outfits, because they took luxury private jets paid for by American taxpayers to come over here, and paid by us to you think Donald is paying you out of his own money? Because none of this was approved. None of this expenditure was approved by our fucking representatives. Not a fucking penny. So get that clear. If you're a white Afrikaner who just came to this country, you are not motherfucking welcome. And the black and the brown folk here are not like you're fucking used to. They'll tell you where to get off, and they'll help you to get the fuck off too. Yeah. They've already had enough shit. And you know what? A lot of us white folk have had enough of your white folk shit too. So do not expect many of us to open arm welcome you. Because right now, we're ready to fucking plant our foot right solidly on the backbone and shove you with the fucking foot shove right out our country's doors. Give us a motherfucking reason, you know? We don't want you here. And when all of this shit gets washed out, and we get who we can get back, because all he did, we're not stupid. He got rid of people of color that were here legally, the majority of them, and illegally brought you little motherfuckers who happen to be white with children. Aw, to build the Aryan nation. It's never gonna fucking happen here. It will not. You might get so far, but it will never be the Aryan nation you motherfuckers want. It'll never be the Aryan nation that Republicans fucking want. It will not be the Aryan nation that Elon fucking wants. And Donald Trump, it will not be the fucking Nazis, and it will not be your Qatar motherfucking liar friends. Not here. Your Aryan little fucking nation in America is not going to succeed. It will be toppled. And you and all your little minions from the Hitler Goebbels fucking look-alike Stephen Miller all the way down to Little Ice fucking cosplaying Barbie, dog murdering gnome. Kirsty Gnome, the dog murdering little fucking ice princess cosplaying in front of cellfuls of men in tight shirts. And how much money did all your ice equipment for everybody cost, bitch? How much, Christy? Spend more than Sarah ripped off her state? Sarah Huckabee ripped off her state for that lectern? About 250, what? About the same, more or less, what? 250,000, what? In Arkansas, you should fucking be next when you have a natural disaster. Yeah, that her little buddy, she kissed his butt ring for. When you guys need FEMA, what'd he tell you? Sorry. She readmitted. Oh, they always do that. It's just I had to fix something. Sorry. So did you spend as much as Christy Gnome did of her state's money? How much did you spend on all those little outfits that you all strut around in because nobody can see who you are? That they are acting like they fucking are somebody. Little squat, short little motherfuckers strutting around. Get away! Get out of the way! They're out of the way, motherfucker. The hole was already fucking made. Nobody needs to get out of no fucking way. You all seen those ice videos. Those little motherfuckers. People are already this far on the street, you know? And you're walking down the street. Y'all don't need to be saying, make way, get away, make space, move back. They're already fucking 10 feet from your ass. You stupid little coward fucking mother. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break because my stomach's starting to hurt again. That's the thing. When my stomach starts hurting all the time, I've just been because even when I'm not watching to get information, political things, and or videotaping or even making graphics, even when I'm not doing that, sometimes it just, and I'm sure a lot of you know by now, but this for me has not just been recent, because a lot of you just, woke up recently, some of you maybe 6 months ago before but y'all gotta remember, some of us, we've been doing this shit for years and warning about stuff and seeing everything we warned about actually coming to fruition, and some of the things we didn't think would be happening so quickly already coming to fruition. It just, a lot of them won't tell you how hard it is mental health wise, but I'll tell you for them. It's hard on your mental health if you give a damn about people. And a lot of people have like a significant other, so they can escape, and live, on the off hours type of thing. But I don't, and I don't have a vehicle, so it's not like I can escape off somewhere, run off to the woods somewhere for an hour now and then or something like that. So I do my other stuff. I've been working on protests, but see, that's still working on protest signs, working on chants, that kind of stuff, but that's still the political stuff. And it's like I feel sometimes like I can't even take, like I've said on the weekends, the last few weekends, I thought I would, but because even then stuff happens. So I was just kind of like repacing myself. I was kind of rebooting because I was starting to fall into a pattern where I wasn't for a couple weeks. Um, Escaping where I could just laugh, just put on the music and sing along loud. I feel sorry for my neighbors because it's like half hour, an hour, usually windows are open. I try to do it at times like now when kids aren't around, there's nobody maintenance wise nearby working. It's not so great, it's all overcast and, it's been drizzling off and on for 4 days. So it's not like people are out there just enjoying the weather type of stuff. So I'll take advantage of it. Because it really does help. It really does. And it doesn't matter if you sing well or not. There's times my voice is really off because of the allergies or after the protest for a couple days, things like that. Your nose is stuffed up, whatever. And just just getting all that out when you're singing. You're not just singing along, you're singing it. It for me, it helps. It helps. Cuz even when I'm overstressed like that, for some reason I can't the writing is just doesn't come to me as easily sometimes as just singing words I know but that they mean it. Like the song Sounds of Silence from uh, Simon and Garfunkel. Some of my all-time favorite. But the Sound of Silence. Listen to those words, especially and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. That verse. Go listen to it. It's very very appropriate and this if you've ever and I don't mean watched as much as read the series Left Behind. I don't like they made it so the movie was made under like a Christian banner type of thing. So it just really forced the religious component of the Antichrist, or something like that. But the Antichrist, you don't have to be religious per se. Any organized religion to believe that there's good forces and bad forces. I mean, that's not exclusive to religion. Um, I think his name, the antagonist, was Carpathian. But yeah, if you've ever even, there's a lot that harkens to his first term and the second. Really, I mean, even to the degree of the faked ear assassination shit. Um, it's you should read them. It would explain a whole lot to you because I recognize my brother-in-law had mentioned that to me on Mother's Day. We were talking when we were outside having cigars. My sister wasn't around. She doesn't like to hear him and I talk about politics. Um, but he had mentioned it as like I have said that since his first term. It's always reminded me of it, and when he mentioned it, I was like, oh, then I'm for sure. If you've ever read that series, those Left Behind series, tell me what you think because, like I said, for the longest time, it always reminded me of certain things that happened the first term. And I never said anything. Nobody ever said anything that I've heard comparing him to that character. on the first term, or even this time. Oh, there's so much happening. But when my brother-in-law mentioned that, I'm like, hmm, he sees it too. So I can't be. He and I cannot be the only ones in the last decade that have read the Left Behind books. And he even said, "Did you read Left Behind?" I said, "Yes." I didn't. I only saw some of the movies. There was a few different ones, but there's a whole shitload on the series of the books. I mean, seriously, there's. It's not just like 3 books. Okay, we're talking 6. There's a lot of books. 8. There's a lot of them. Um, and they get more and more entangled. And the first term, I think maybe some people, even if they'd seen the movie, they might not have seen that, because a lot of people really hadn't paid attention to him before politics. Being in New Jersey, growing up, you kind of fucking he's always heard about in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Growing up, I mean, duh. But yeah, tell me if you've read that series, or even read it enough, even if you're in the middle of it or something, or never finished all of them. If you've read a few of them with him in there, if you could see what we're seeing, that's not a good thing either. But and this plane, I saw somebody made like a plane, and it was that looks like that kind of plane, but it was this bright blue and had all this gaudy, tacky, ornate scroll work all over the plane, and it looks like his meme coin on the tail. Yeah, with his stupid profile, whatever it is, and in gold it says "guitarist bitch" on the side of the plane. Maybe I'll make a graphic and put it up, but it is pretty fucking hilarious. um, I mean, this is just the absurdity. Is like, and you're still trying to cut from us. You're still trying to take my Medicaid, and you don't get the best medical care with Medicaid, but at least it's fucking something. Um, Social Security and my housing, but yet you're taking white people that aren't from a dangerous country that want to come here and be racist and raise an Aryan nation, and you're paying for their motherfucking shit, but you're taking mine away. And I worked from 14 to like my late 40s, and that's when I had the accident. But I worked from the age of 14. Okay? As soon as you can get a paycheck legally, they would take it like a Burger King, okay? For real at 14. And I was working earlier than that. My sister and I was 7, I think, and she was 9. And we made crafts and sold them. And we didn't keep the money. It was needed because my mom was on, you know, she didn't get shit. She didn't get the house. She didn't get shit in a divorce. Um, and we grew up on welfare for real. From the time I was 7, my sister was 9, brother was 10. Um, and I didn't stay on. I made my way for a lot of decades. Um, and the only reason was because of the car accident. This foot alone had 5 surgeries the first 3 years. And one time I couldn't get it to, they couldn't get it to heal. I was at the wound and deep wound and burn center for 3 months. I had to go every day because they couldn't get it to heal. It was just been so many times that it's so much damage. Initially to nerves and tissue and stuff like that. And then, I mean, I had just about every bone except 4 had some damage, even if it was just a little crack to it. It's kind of hard to be on that foot for more than 15 minutes before it really starts hurting and then cramping, which cramps all the way up the leg and up to the back. Do you have any idea what a full leg cramp feels like, front and back? How are you supposed to work? But instead of helping, they spent 7 years fucking saying, you can't get, you can't prove that. You're just dicking people around until you wind up on welfare waiting for your motherfucking legitimately, disability. So, fuck you all white Afrikaners. You know what? You're used to, you all fucking grew up with little, house staff and shit like that. Guess what? Here, especially what your little benefactor's been doing, you are gonna be the house staff. Yeah, your new jobs are putting on little red hats, going out into the orchards and to the fields, and picking away. You pick through daylight hours. You can pick through 12 hours a day. And you get paid on how much you pick, not how long. Not by the hour. Nope, because that's what our migrants got. Yeah. You are now going to be in the spot that you and your ancestors kept black people in South Africa. You are going to be the black people here. Congratulations! Yay! Should we have a party? Why don't you just book your flights and go the fuck back now? Because this will not work out well for you. Because even if he gives you everything that he's taking from real American citizens, you will not have peace here. You will not, anywhere you go, when people find out you were part of the group, you will not be welcome. Your little white children will not be welcome. Because we know why you were brought here. You will never be welcome here. By me and by a lot of people. And if you don't like that, boo-hoo. You took advantage of black people for generations. And now when they finally told you to fuck off, you're crying? Sorry, Barbie. Sorry, Ken. I see your designer fucking luggage. How many designer luggage, even wrapped in wrap? What first class accommodations you were given? We're gonna find out what you're living on and where you're living, what you're living in. We're gonna see how you're being treated. And I can guarantee you, life will not be quiet for you. Because I've heard what my fellow Americans have been saying. And even a lot of Republicans are disgusted with you being here. Just as a little note. So, go back to fucking Africa. All you little white Afrikaners, go the fuck back to your country. We got one of you guys here. We're trying to get rid of his ass. We don't want your motherfucking asses. You're unwelcome. if you don't like it, go home and cry to your mommy.